Hey, this is Dope DIY Ideas coming to you with another idea here, tie-dyeing socks, basically. So we'll be tie-dyeing some socks today. I have everything that I need right here. My socks right here I got from the Dollar Tree. Only cost $1 for 2 pairs. I got my rubber bands here that I'll be using. You need a warm bowl of water. You got your dye. Now my dye I've had for a while. I actually had those bottles was empty. I was looking for the dye. I'm like, where is the dye that I bought? If I bought this in the rubber bands, I had to buy the dye, but come to find out the dye was already in the bottles. It was powder, so all I had to do was add uh, almost hot water, but I would say warm, very warm water. So you want to take the socks actually, and you want to make sure you saturate them in that warm water to get them wet. They say that it is the best practice to getting that dye to flow through the fabric of the sock. So I'll be wringing this out pretty good. Um, Laying the sock out here on my table. As you can see, I got my plastic laid out um, to protect my table. And I see I got the little tag thing there that I didn't see while I was doing this, but putting the other sock in, saturating it with water as well. This is my first tie-dye DIY, so this is my first time trying this. Tried to make it as simple as possible. They say that there's no way to actually mess up tie-dye, so we're gonna see, right? Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and wring this one out as well. Get all the water out as much as possible. I'm holding the phone trying to record myself do this DIY. I have nobody at this time to record it, and my tripod that I have does not it doesn't have the bend part, the round part that actually allows it to bend down to the table. So right now this is my best way, so bear with me please. Yep, so I'm thinking right now here how to what I'm gonna do, which design am I gonna do? Simple design, scrunching it up, putting my rubber bands on, um, or just section it off in like 4 different parts and putting my rubber bands on. So I just was deciding which one to do, but definitely using red, yellow, and green as the 3 colors that I have. I also have some RIT dye as well, but I'm going to try that next. So I got my gloves, got everything. So this is what I decided to do, which is simple. Like I said, section it off into about 4 to 5 different rubber bands. Um, and I'm just going to squeeze the colors on each one, starting off with red, green, then yellow. Red, green, yellow. Or was it yellow? Was it, no, it was red, yellow, green, then red, yellow, green. Yeah. So I wrapped it up in the same plastic that I was using to on the table, which was a good idea. So I suggest if you're using any type of plastic to do this on, wrap that plastic up. Use that same plastic to wrap your project up for 24 to 48 hours. In this case, I did it for 24 hours. I wish I would have went on ahead and left it for 48 hours because I wanted the colors to be exactly like it is right now. That's actually how I want it to be, exactly how it is right now. Like, see how the colors are so vibrant, so deep and rich in color. That's how I wanted it to be. So you roll it on off. See, I put the plastic aside. I ended up cleaning it off and wiping it off because I'm going to use that same plastic again. You got to excuse my southern accent. And once again, if you could go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment as well. This is not a too much in-depth DIY idea of doing a tie-dye sock, but it's just my way showing you what I did. So when I first did this, I decided to I was going to go ahead and just take the rubber bands off and take the water and take all the dye off. But I'm like, wait a minute, let me not do this. Let me do this one by one. Take one out. And then I started to take the rubber bands off, as you can see. Um, and I was gonna go ahead and take them all off and then do the water. Then I decided, right, yeah, let me put that back. Let me try to keep this on so it won't bleed so much onto the next color, because as you can see, it does bleed, which the bleeding adds a beautiful effect to me, but you don't want it to bleed too much into the next color, and not too far into the next color as well. You want it to be a smooth transition, and of course, the more the more I do actually tie-dye DIYs, I'm sure the better that I'm going to get, because it's just like they said, you can't really mess up tie-dye. The only way that you can do that is that you accidentally match up the colors wrong on each different, if you're doing socks and you have the colors matched up wrong, if you're doing it in this particular pattern, that's the only way that you can actually mess it up, and you can actually still wear it. Socks really don't matter these days, of what socks you're wearing, kind of, sort of. People are wearing all kind of colors these days. So as you can see, as I'm rinsing the color out, the red and the green is not as vibrant of a color and rich and deep in color as I want it to be. The yellow seemed to have sustained its color a little more than the other, and I think I used the yellow more maybe. And it's not a big area that I'm dyeing, but as you can see, that red is losing its richness the more I rinse it. So it's looking more like a faded red and green. So I'm definitely gonna next time leave it on for about 24 hours. I'm sorry, this was 24 hours, 48 hours. Yes. So I'll leave it on about 48 hours next time. See if I can get that more richer color that I want. Yeah, so gonna use those rubber bands the next time as well, so I saved that. You try to save as much material as you possibly can, so you don't have to do any extra expenses, even though that rubber bands may not cost but $1 or $2. You don't want to put too much into your DIYs, especially if it's just a hobby and for fun for yourself, which it is for me. As you can see, I'm rinsing it pretty good, and you see no more color in the water. Doesn't take a whole lot to rinse dye out. Yep. So I also turned the side that needs to come out. It still looks good. Coming from a complete white sock to this, it still looks great. And you see where that red went from the green, it looks a little purplish almost when it went from the green to the red. That's that transition. You don't want that to bleed too much. That part on this sock is fine, but you don't want to bleed too much, like I said, into the other color. Then it doesn't look as good. Alright, see? That did some bleeding in too, but of course it does that transitioning color. But look at that, where the red bled too much into the yellow. Do the same thing with the second sock. It's a fun, quick DIY. When I say quick, I mean quick far as when you do it. Of course, you're going to let it sit for overnight, which you don't have to watch that process or come back and check. You just let it sit. Come back in 24 hours and do your rinsing process. Throw it in the washer, just those two items, and you're good to go. Hey, you're at Dope DIY Ideas. Dope DIY Ideas. Please like, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment if you like. I got a lot of DIYs to come. DIYs I've already done and have not posted. Please support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. These are just ideas that, to give someone. Check out my DIY idea I did from Five and Below. I bought a pair of Five and Below sneakers and actually turned those sneakers into a Nike sneaker using some vinyl, which is HTV vinyl, I'm sorry, heat transfer vinyl, and a mini iron, a mini 2 iron that you can pick up from Amazon. So check that video out. I have under this channel as well. On this one, getting all the water out, going to turn the sock inside out. Same process as the other one to make sure I've gotten all the dye out as much as possible. Now on this sock, the colors do to me look a little deeper than the previous sock. Oh yeah, compared to it being a complete white sock, this was a pretty good DIY. This was pretty good. Look at those colors coming from a complete white sock. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse that out. So after it washes and dries, there you have it. Me and my little socks that I enjoy making. Check me out. Hey, we're gonna do a little slow motion. Oh, hey, we're gonna do the mashed potato. Oh, mashed potato. Okay, bam, take it back to the 80s. We're gonna try to crip. What? I'm not sure what that is. Crip? No. Oh, okay, that's your own thing. Oh, we're going out of camera, going out of sight. Oh, we're back. Oh. All right. Oh, we're back. Oh, we're gonna do a little shimmy. Oh, okay, but